Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy V, the 4-Job Fiesta. Last episode we had just conquered the King of Dragons Bahamut, who was waiting for us on the North Mountain. Now we're going to cross the desert to the other corner, the southwest corner, and we're going to be climbing up the Phoenix Tower. It's a lot longer than the North Mountain. It's going to be filled with a lot of tough enemies, that we can't run from. And it got a kind of a gimmicky thing to it. Each floor is short. There's 30 floors altogether. Each floor is short. It's kind of like the barrier tower. But the gimmick is there's like a wall, and you can either go on the left side or the right side of the wall, and only one of the ways opens the staircase up. If you choose the wrong one, you end up fighting like a boss type monster or a really tough enemy monster. So, you just gotta, be careful. But if you follow along here, you'll get the right one. So, some of the monsters that the thing can be include the Kuzar Beast. That was outside Castle Kuzar. One of those Bandicoot enemies that were in Exdeath's Castle. It could be the Soul Cannon boss or the Liquid Flame boss. So, yeah, some old bosses actually get recycled in here, so you just hit the different parts of the wall. Every fifth floor, you're going to get, so with 5 of them, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25, you're going to get one of these kind of treasure floors. One of the pots has money in it, the other one has like either a phoenix down or like an item toward the top. But the one that has the item, it's always going to be a Magic Urn enemy. And the Magic Urn enemy, the only way to defeat it is to give it an elixir. It's random how many it takes, but after you give it enough elixirs, it'll run away, and it'll give you 100 ability points. This is going to be a good place to, learn some jobs, max out some jobs for our characters. So it's a really good opportunity to learn. So a lot of the enemies here have some good equipment. Some drop these steel wall rings. Some drop the dancer equipment, or you can steal the dancer equipment off of them. That helps you with the sword dance. You do the sword dance more often. So I'm going to switch jobs around here a little bit. Angels needs to learn a lot on Samurai, so I'll throw him on Samurai. He'll get more than half of it done. It costs like 800 and some to max it. So he'll get quite a few abilities here. So like I said, just switching my jobs around to get people into stuff that they're better suited for. So Cara's pretty close to Master Samurai, so you don't want to waste stuff on her. Just make somebody, like, obviously some people are going to have to be jobs that they already mastered. So some people, we have to keep people in line with the 4-Job Fiesta, so Cara can take some, afford to miss some things. Angels is actually the most far behind in all of the ability points because I've had him be the bard most of the time, and he wasn't gaining job points. So Faris has the most job points. So all right, here's the magic pot. Basically, it just comes out and says like, "Give me an elixir, give me an elixir," and then you just give it an elixir, and it may run away. It depends on a certain amount of time. It's random. The most I ever had was 8. I believe I had a few 8 elixirs before it ran away. The thing is, you can't beat them any other way, because you'll notice as the battle goes on, every so often, like the animation is if you're giving it an elixir, will appear, and when that happens, the magic pot is refilling itself back up to full hit points. And it has like over 62,000 hit points. And one of the things, it disables magic. So you can't do something like cast a stop spell on it to stop it, or use like some ability to freeze it, magical ability to freeze it, it just it locks all those techs out. So yeah, you're stuck, you know, throwing an elixir at it. Sometimes if you're lucky, the magic pot will actually drop an elixir. So this is what you'll call it. This enemy appears again in Final Fantasy VI. It's basically like the ultimate defensive rage for one of your characters. There's a character, he's kind of like a blue mage, Gao in that game. He's a wild boy, and he learns how to fight like different monsters. He chooses a different monster to fight like, and if he goes with like the magic, if he learns and fights like the magic urn, he basically just keeps casting Cure 4 on himself. So he's just like kind of like the ultimate tank in that form. So screens, give me an elixir, that's your clue. You see, like right there, he just refilled up like all his hit points. So, as if he just drank an elixir. So, we had to use quite a few there, but. So, I had 24 elixirs going into here, and I got lucky that was enough for me. But if you want to play it safe, you can go back to Mirage and sell all your unnecessary equipment and buy elixirs there. So, they're really expensive, but that 100 ability points is nothing to laugh at. So we haven't talked about any of the new enemies. We did meet the cherry enemy earlier. We also ran into these like nag enemies earlier. Now we have that lady in the flower. She's really annoying because she uses status effects. She's trying to cast a frog spell. She also does a mini, I believe. So it's good to keep her charmed. Sometimes she'll actually cast the spells on herself, and then that'll make things really easy. Yeah, a lot of the enemies here are annoying. Those Lamia enemies, like Belladonnas, I think they were called. They can use the roulette spell, which is blue magic spell. Basically, like an arrow appears and it goes, like plays roulette, and it goes over your characters, including the enemies, and whoever it stops on, they instantly are defeated. So it's like they get doom cast on them. So it's a random way. But if you're all like undead, like if you're a zombie, if you were on the bone mail and are considered undead, and you get hit by roulette, it will heal you entirely. So that's one thing. There's an enemy later on at the end of the game though that you can steal bone mail from. So you can theoretically get all 4 bone mails. There's only one you can find in the game, and remember in the Gallus World and the Hiryu Valley, the Dragonvale Valley. So we just gotta feed this guy elixirs and hope he's nice and runs away shortly. I know one of them is really, really stingy. So, yeah, I don't know what the percentage is that they, what'll make them run away or not, but I guess sometimes you just roll lucky. Sometimes, like I said, the first time I fought this guy, 1 elixir and he ran away. This one, he was pretty, scroungy, I guess. Gluttonous. So, alright, Lenna's Master Knight. Let's move her around. All she has to do now is master the Samurai. So, we can probably hold off on that for a little bit. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, it's tough doing all these abilities trying to get the most out of this AP. So, Angels is already at level 4 as a samurai. Like I said, if I wanted to cheat, I could theoretically, cheat the Fiesta rules and just have everybody be like, say, a samurai or another job that they need, a red mage that they really need to focus on. But, nah, I didn't want to cheat, so I could keep Faris as the red mage, but she needs some more skills with knights, so we'll get her close to maxing out Knight, and then that'll free up Angels to be the red mage. Like I said, we got 2 more of these magic urns to get, so that'll almost get Faris to max out her knight, because she's on the last level of knight. So she only needs 200 and some more. So alrighty. So back. Lenna will gain abilities real quick, just like how Angels gained a lot of abilities real quick. From that first magic pot will max out the first 3 abilities. The samurai, and then the next one will get her the 4th ability. So just keep heading up this tower. I said it's really annoying because you can't run from the enemies in here, but I got some pretty good equipment drops. I got a few, I think, wall rings. Some of the enemies also dropped the Hermes shoes. We already got those, the running shoes. But if you're lacking them, this is a good place to, get some pretty good accessories. Second to last, magic pot. And yeah, this is the guy who's really, really gluttonous. I think it takes 11, because I think I end up with 4 against the last one. So I was really lucky that last one was nice. This guy, not so much. All this money going down the drain. Some of the enemies, if you don't want to go to Mirage, you don't have the money to farm elixirs, some of the enemies at the very beginning of in the second area of the Cleft of Dimension, they drop elixirs. When you first enter the Cleft of Dimension, you're in like a little desert area. It's kind of a mix mash of all the different dungeons in the game. So you're just in a little area, and the enemies are the same as in the desert outside here, the Phoenix Tower and the North Mountain. But then after that, you go into this doorway, and you end up in an area that looks like the floating Lonka runes. And the enemies there, several of them drop elixirs when defeated, and they seem to drop in pretty readily. So I've obviously played a little bit ahead. So my last thing, I went through that area and got quite a few elixirs from the enemy drops there. So, like I said, if you can handle the enemies in the desert, you can handle the enemies there. So it's not really all that tough to reach that area. And you can always, like I said, like I showed in that one episode, you can always leave the Cleft of Dimension just by returning to your airship. And so you only have to go through one screen, go through the desert screen, and then as soon as you get into the next area, just walk around, in the first room you come to. And then when you get the elixirs you need, you can head on back. That way, it can save you a bunch of money. So, and you get experience points and ability points at the same time. So, Phoenix down. The last one actually has a weapon. We get another bow. But can't use bows because we don't have rangers. Or we ain't using freelancers either. They can use any weapon. Alright, well, getting very close to the end here. We're not gonna, like I said, we're not gonna make it all the way up to the tower, because at the very top of the tower we have a pretty lengthy cutscene, and I don't want to really go over time, so I like to keep these under 20 minutes or below. So we'll actually cut it off after we get the last magic urn, and then we'll get to actually see that cutscene in its entirety. And then we'll walk back down. I'll also show off, this is where we're going to get the last summon for the game, the Phoenix summon. And so on the way down, I'll be able to show off all the summons, except for the Phoenix, because I'll use the Magic Lantern a bunch of times, and the Phoenix is the only summon that the Magic Lantern don't use. So we've seen quite a few of the summons. We've seen the Bahamut summon, Leviathan, Odin, and then Sildra. So we saw all the level 6 summons. 2 of the level 5s, and then we'll finish them off, go through the level 4s, 3, 2s, and 1s. Alright, so that guy just ran away. We are good. Avis killer. We could have got that bow from those big annoying birds in the toad Avises in the second dungeon, but well, come back next episode. Like I said, we'll get the Phoenix summon and make our way back down. Take care, have a good day. Thanks for following along. Bye.